Hey guys, it's Mercury here, and I know I've not been posting in a while, but yeah, I know that this quarantine thing, this Corona, like I'm bored. Okay, I know I, these videos. Sorry, y'all, my freaking. I have got overly bored. I don't feel like doing anything. Just sitting down, bored, bored, bored. All right, enough of my chitter chatter. Let's get started with the video. We are reacting to, looks like, I earn tons of money by finding girls for boys. The freak. All right, let's get started.
Hi guys, my name is Gemma. I'm
Oh my god, my
17.
hand.
I've always loved to help people and I've always loved money. In high school, I managed to combine those two
First 10 seconds and they already doing Donald Duck references. Quack quack. Like no.
passions. But as usual, something went wrong. The story began when I was 16. I used to be a popular girl at school. I never suffered from a lack of male attention, and my friend zone was full of nice guys. They had no
Ask you
idea
guys, you
that
like
I
my new
already
look?
had a
Made it
girlfriend,
myself.
Laura. She was from another school, and I met her at a party. We've been together for 2 years, but we haven't told our parents because they're very conservative people. So, anyways, I had a huge problem with my
Oh, she
chemistry
is.
test and
Yeah,
needed
I'm
help.
assuming
The
she's
only
either
other
bi or
person
lesbian.
capable of helping me was Nicole. She was a geek, and I'd never spoken to her before. I caught her in the hallway and begged
I
for
like
her
her
to become my
hair.
tutor. She looked at me very skeptically. Then she agreed, but on one condition. I had to find a boyfriend for her. I had no choice, so I just said yes. She trained me well, I passed the test, and it was my turn to pay her back. Of course, I did realize it would be very hard if we didn't change her style and attitude. She needed a complete makeover, and it's not as easy as they show in those romantic
Oh wow. Did they really do like a Cinderella reference? Wow.
comedies.
Like
I had
there's
to analyze
wow,
Nicole's
y'all see
family
that?
issues.
Y'all seen it? That was a pair computer. I hate when they do that like skits or cartoons or whatever or any show it'll have like a pear instead of an apple. But what?
Eating habits, traumas, dreams, and many other things to help her to build self confidence. I separated the makeover into 3 steps: cleaning, dreaming, and results. During the first step, I spent a lot of time helping her to get rid of her ugly clothes, extra hair, and her fears about boys. I also forced her
Dang!
to sign up for team sports to invoke her physical drive. When Nicole turned into a fresh, clean piece of paper, we launched the second phase, the creation of a new image. Laura and I prepared a movie selection for Nicole to uplift her and give her inspiration for her new style. We made a mood board and selected colours and styles for Nicole's body type. And then finally,
Sorry, y'all
Get
commercials.
free delivery on orders of $12 or more.
I took her to my favourite hairdresser. He dyed her dim brown hair blonde and
Oh my
gave
god,
her
it's
an
so
elegant
pretty.
haircut. Then I took
Now
her
it
to
don't
a
look so
shopping mall
pretty. It makes her look saturated. Saturated. Ew, that's such an ugly color for a dress. Don't come at me, y'all, if y'all like that dress style. I like them high top. Vans the no, All Stars. Uh, the heels too. I don't wear like the heels. What are those called? Converse. I like me some good Converse, y'all.
to pick out new clothes, makeup, and perfume. When we were finished, Nicole looked like a masterpiece, and I was very proud of myself. But the hardest phase was ahead. We had to find the perfect match for the new, sparkling, self confident
What
Nicole.
the
She
freak?
confessed that she liked Jason from the basketball team. Who would have thought? I mean, Nicole was so smart, and Jason was such a dummy. But to each his own. At lunch, I invited Jason.
What the freak? I think that monkey might have been like a this might not. Oops, sorry, y'all. This might not have something to do with it, but like that kind of looked like The Simpsons to me.
Then to come to my place on Friday to watch movies and stuff. Jason was very surprised, but he agreed. On Friday, he arrived and Nicole opened the door. My parents were away for a couple of days. Nicole told him that I was late
Dang.
for personal
That's not that
reasons
bad.
and asked him if he wanted to watch a movie together. Meanwhile, I was sitting in Laura's bedroom at her house with my phone. I was helping Nicole via text messages. She also went to the bathroom several times to call me. I encouraged her and convinced her that she was beautiful and recommended what to say and what to do. I gave them 3 hours, and by the time I returned home, Jason was kissing Nicole in my living room. I kicked Jason out and recommended that Nicole be very cold with him over the next few days. We didn't
That mouth though, like it's like what?
want him to think that she was that easy to get. You know, the next week, Jason turned to me for advice. He wanted to invite Nicole on a date. It turned out that they had a lot in common. Well, I gave some tips to Jason and told him to hurry up because a lot of guys like Nicole, and she had a lot of choices. Yes, I lied, but it worked. They became a couple, and they're still together, by the way. My mission was officially complete. I was laying
Girl, what
on
the
Laura's
freak?
bed, exhausted, but very happy. We celebrated, and she said that this
Okay, what the freak is you doing on it? What? I am so baffled.
kind of hard work
Actually,
should be paid
new
well.
words.
Unfortunately, we forgot to lock the door that night, and Laura's brother Chuck saw us kissing. He was a shy
she
15-year-old
was
nerd, so it was easy to convince
lesbian.
him to keep our little secret. Meanwhile, Nicole blabbed about my skills, and one day I received a sudden makeover request from Ginger. Ginger reminded me of Hagrid from Harry Potter, but she did have a kind heart.
What the freak?
We met in the school
Well, that heart
bathroom
look like
and
it's bunched up. Like what? Did anyone see that?
she asked me for help. I refused, politely, but she offered me $300. I
That's a good
couldn't
bargain,
resist,
though.
and we made a deal. And it wasn't just about money. I was very curious about watching Hagrid's makeover, and it was great. I made
What is-
Ginger look like a femme fatale from a classic Italian
Wait, what?
movie
That
and
dress
matched
is
her
cute,
with
though.
Theo from the school theatre club. Rumours among the nerds spread very quickly, and soon all of my spare time was occupied with clients. During the
That actually looked like a family tree, y'all.
next year, I helped around 15 girls and boys to change their style and find romantic relationships. I made around $500 to $700 a month for doing what I loved. Laura joked that I didn't need to go to college because I was already a pro. A year later, I realized that I needed to expand my business. I accepted clients from other schools and we hunted for boyfriends
Oh my
and
God, yeah,
girlfriends
I'm
in
so
public
sorry.
places like shopping malls, cafes, parks, bowling alleys, and so on. Everything was going
I wish I can do that. I wish we all could do that. Like this quarantine is breaking my heart. Like I like to go out and party. Your girl likes to go party. Don't tell anyone this, but party as in going to the store. Cause I don't do anything else. Shh. Let's keep this between us. Awkward.
well until the day when Laura's annoying brother asked me to help him. I didn't like the idea right away, but Laura was begging me. Laura loved Chuck, and I loved Laura, so I gave in. Chuck was not completely
her girlfriend
hopeless,
must be,
but
like,
very
bi or
close to it. I told him to begin regular athletic training to raise his self-esteem just a little bit. Then we threw away all his weird velvet trousers and strange bright t-shirts, and I taught him how to talk with women. We rehearsed different dialogues and situations. When he was ready to go
What
hunting,
the freak
I
was?
took him
What? They just popped up out of nowhere.
to a park. We tried to make a pass at 5 different girls, but Chuck messed all of
Really?
them up.
Did they really
Then
just do the aerial situation? Like Every time the story channels be like making references just to make it look real. Yeah, I know y'all are real. We all know. Yeah, we all know you're real. All right, let's go back to the video.
I got tired and we went to the pizza place. And there she was, a perfect match for Chuck. Leslie, shy, pretty, and weird. I started a small chat with her and invited her to join us for pizza. She was alone, bad sign, but I ignored it. Leslie and Chuck discussed some series, and I got bored. I found an excuse to leave.
Does any? Well, I might be the only one that just now realized this, but she got like a British. She got like a British accent, y'all. A British. Oh my. See, oh my. A British accent.
Headed to Laura to share the good news. The next day, Chuck took Leslie to the movies, and he kissed a girl for the first time in his life. More precisely, she kissed him. Then they had a couple
Dang.
of dates. But then Chuck complained that she was acting very weird. She texted
That hair though. Like you can tell it looks strong, even though they're trying to make it like a natural look. You see the thing in the back, the hair in the front, like that look like somebody copied and paste. No, like somebody cut out. I shouldn't be doing that. Somebody had cut out like maybe a squiggly piece of paper and plastered it on the side of her face.
him every 5 seconds, asking what he was doing. If he didn't answer, she would call and yell at him. I asked Chuck to explain that he needed space and break up with her, and that's what he did. But this girl literally refused to leave him alone. The next day, Chuck called me and invited
We got a stalker, y'all. A stalker.
me to take a look at what I'd done. The house was a mess. Someone had decorated it with toilet paper
Dang!
and wrote
I'm just not
jerk
realizing
on
that was
Laura's
toilet paper.
car. Obviously,
Dang,
that
they put jerk on
someone
a truck.
was Leslie, because she kept on texting Chuck. She promised more and more vandalism unless he agreed.
Obsessed. Like, oh my god, let me stop.
To become her boyfriend. Chuck yelled at me that it was my fault.
Wow.
He threatened.
Did they really just do another, I'm assuming another, freaking Simpson reference?
That he was going to tell my parents that I was gay if I didn't get rid of Leslie forever. That was
Dang.
painful. But at the end of the day, he was right. It was my responsibility. So I asked him to clean the house and the car. Then I called Leslie and asked her to meet me at the coffee shop. I didn't want her to find out where I lived. My parents had no idea about my little business. I tried to explain to Leslie that Chuck was just a very ordinary guy and that there was no need to struggle with him. But Leslie was very defensive. She decided that I just grabbed to steal her man.
Dang.
And then something unexpected happened.
See, look, every story does this. Every one of the channels does this. They be like, their friends be all of a sudden be like, you just trying to steal my man. Then something happens. The classic situation.
She grabbed my phone and smashed it against the wall. Then she grabbed my bag, poured her cappuccino in it, and dumped the contents of my bag on the floor. Then she began to stomp my stuff with her feet. The coffee shop managers tried to calm her down, but she just fell on the floor, cried like a baby, and yelled, "Chuck!"
Deserve to get embarrassed. You deserve to get embarrassed, girl. Like, what the freak? She done literally created a whole freaking ocean from her crying.
We decided to call an ambulance, but by the time they arrived, she had already run away from the coffee shop. My phone was dead, and I was very scared that she would hurt Chuck or Laura, so I ran to their house like a crazy person. False alarm, they were okay. Later that night, I bought a new phone and found Leslie's parents on Facebook. I decided to visit them immediately and ask about
I just
Leslie's
realized.
mental.
Y'all, this was not planned. I did not look at this video and be like, oh my gosh, she's wearing overalls. Let me put some on. I wear this all day. Just check on my Instagram. I'm gonna put my Instagram, I was supposed to Twitter. I'm gonna put my Instagram and my Instagram and my Snapchat and my I keep on saying musically. I'm gonna put my Instagram, my Snapchat, and my TikTok down below.
Health. She was raised by a single mom. Her name was Carmen. Carmen looked very tired and sad. She invited me in and offered me some tea. I heard strange noises from the second floor. Leslie was screaming and laughing. I told Carmen the whole truth, and she told me that Leslie suffered from psychosis. She had periods of enlightenment when she acted like a healthy, cheerful girl, but then her mood changed and her reactions could become absolutely unpredictable. Carmen said that Leslie would forget about Chuck soon enough. She just needed to take her pills regularly and sleep well. We deleted his number from her phone, as well as all the messages and pictures. Her mum promised to keep Leslie away from Chuck, and then she asked whether I accepted makeover requests from adults, because she'd been dreaming about it for years. But I was so crushed on my fail with Chuck that I refused. On the way home, I felt really guilty for getting Leslie into a relationship with Chuck. I didn't want that to ever happen again, so I decided to close my business for good. I had to cancel dozens of clients, but they kept on calling me and offering me more money. But I just couldn't do that anymore. Everywhere I went, I saw mentally unstable people and expected psychosis. After a while, I fell into a depression and almost stopped my outdoor activities.
That just escalated real quick, y'all.
But then one day, Laura came over and told me that she had found the perfect internship for me at a dating agency. She insisted that I should go on an interview. As usual, Laura was right. I got hired and I really like the job. Over time, I've managed to overcome my safety struggles, and now I'm preparing to apply to college to study psychology and become a family therapist. And yeah, Laura and I finally came out of the closet, and it wasn't as bad as we expected.
Oh. Alright guys, sorry about that. This is the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. With that note, we are going to go on. Peace.